Hey guys, I just wanted to make a video and talk to you about why I changed my Nuova Simonelli Musica and I went with the Breville dual boiler. Now I received a lot of questions either in the comments on YouTube or on Instagram on, why did I downgrade or like why did I move from the Nuova Simonelli Musica to a Breville dual boiler. Now, a lot of people, if not most people, they perceive the Nuova Simonelli as a commercial or like a semi-commercial, real, true espresso machine, and the Breville as just an appliance. So why would you go from what people think of or call a true espresso machine with commercial components or whatever to a Breville dual boiler? And I just wanted to answer that in this video, and hopefully maybe give you some ideas on the Nuova Simonelli Musica and or the Breville dual boiler. So the first reason was temperature. Now the Nuova Simonelli Musica doesn't have a temperature gauge, doesn't have a screen on the outside where you can see the temperature, and it's a heat exchanger. So you just have to rely on just have confidence that it's brewing at the right temperature. I was able to confirm that via a case test or case-like test. It was a homemade device that I made at home to kind of test that, and I was able to confirm that it was accurate. However, like if I ever needed to change the brew temperature, I didn't have an easy way to do that. I can play with the cooling flush, but then the cooling flush depends on if you just pull the shot, if the machine was idle, if it was idle for 10 minutes, idle for 20 minutes. In order to get to that different brew temperature, you would need to run a cooler or a shorter or longer cooling flush. And not having the temperature gauge, not knowing what the temperature is, it was just annoying, to be honest. And I just never really felt confident that the machine was pulling shots at the right temperature, or even at the temperature that I was trying to get at. The second reason was the brew pressure. So again, it's a heat exchanger machine. There's only one gauge. It's the steam boiler pressure gauge. And there is no brew pressure gauge to know what your brew pressure is. That's number one. Number two, it was a machine that was built in 2011, and that was, I believe, the first or the second year of the Nuova Simonelli Musica. And believe it or not, it didn't have an OPV. So I know that sounds crazy, and I criticized the Nuova Simonelli Musica multiple times before for how expensive it is and how very little features you get for it. I mean, it's a $2,700 or $2,800 machine, and it doesn't have an OPV, at least in the first 1 or 2 years, and doesn't have a temperature gauge, doesn't have or screen. It doesn't have a lot of things. So not knowing these two, I just had to move to something else that I can that will give me information, accurate information, something that I can rely on, something where I can control brew pressure, brew temperature. And that's basically the Breville dual boiler. Now, the Breville dual boiler, or the BDB, it basically checked every single category or every single thing that I was looking for. So you can control pressure here, and you can rely on it. It's been tested. It has very good reputation as far as temperature stability. And same with the brew, pressure. You have a pressure gauge. And if you're not pulling at 9 bars or 7 bars or 8 bars, whatever the bars you were looking for. And that's something that I really like about it. I mean, I sold my Nuova Simonelli for pretty much the amount of money that allowed me to buy this thing new. And, it had warranty. It still has. I still have more than a year on this thing. So it has warranty. I don't have to worry about maintenance, or I don't have to worry about getting it fixed. If something goes bad, I can just send it back to Breville. Great customer service. They take care of it, and they send it back. if there is something. And yeah, I mean, just a lot of features for basically the same amount of money that I got for my Nuova Simonelli when I sold it used. I was able to get this thing. It's a dual boiler, new. Now, I understand the argument that this is an appliance, it's not a real espresso machine. To be honest, I'm not exactly buying that. I'm not into, I don't understand where is it, coming from. I mean, I'm gonna have a separate video that's gonna talk about this. But overall, I'm perfectly fine with what people think as appliance. I mean, it pulls a great shot, steams milk pretty quickly, but I mean, before my shot is done, which is like, let's say it takes 30 seconds, I'm done steaming. I steam 6 to 7 ounces of milk in like literally 20 or 24 seconds. So if you start your shot and you pull and you start steaming milk, you're done steaming even before your shot is done brewing. So, just a lot of people complain about steam. I don't have a problem with the steam. They complain about how it looks. Personally, I like I don't like the E61 design. I feel like it's antiquated and it's old. I actually like something like this a lot more, where the group head is just hidden, versus the E61 group. But again, I'm just gonna have a separate video that's gonna talk about this, and just kind of address some of people's complaints and concerns about the BDB, compared to some of the other espresso machines out there, especially the ones that people perceive as professional or commercial. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If not, again, you can always leave me comments, ask me questions, happy to answer them. And like I said, I just wanted to make this video so I can answer why I moved to the BDB from Nuova Simonelli Musica, because I know at first look it sounds crazy or stupid or whatever. So hopefully it doesn't sound that stupid anymore. Okay, thank you guys for watching.